Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. And right now is a very strange time for a lot of people. It's not much different for me. This is my life. And I don't go out as much, so I've adapted to it and it's okay. But now is the time when kids are sort of going back to school. It truly depends on where you live and what's going on around you. Some are going back with e-learning, some are going back to school, but then having to go back home for e-learning, or some are starting with e-learning for a little while, and then it's just so confusing. It's unsettling. And it's not just unsettling for the kids, but it's unsettling for the adults. As my wife and I talk about all the time, we made a conscious decision not to have kids when we first got together. Neither of us really wanted them. It didn't fit into work. It didn't fit with my wife's health. And we decided we weren't going to have kids. Now looking back at it, 25 some odd years later, we made the right decision. Of course, if we'd had kids, we would have had them much earlier, much younger days in our lives, and they'd already be out of the house and on their life, or at least I hope so. But I look at my brother-in-law, and I look at my sister-in-law, and I look at my friends who have kids, and how they're trying to deal with all this, how they're trying to adapt to all of this, how it's unsettling for them, not only with their work, but trying to be a teacher, and then dealing with their teachers and their schools. And again, as I've said before, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are both school administrators. And my brother-in-law's wife, I guess she'd technically be a sister-in-law too, she's a teacher. So we got a lot of teaching in the family, and they've been dealing with this all summer. We keep in constant contact, and they've literally been dealing with this all summer. It's amazing. My wife said the other day that she noted that some schools still didn't even have plans in place. And I know it's been the sole focus of my brother, not the sole focus, but darn near the sole focus of both my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law's life for the summer, trying to plan ahead. And right now it's unsettling because nobody can plan ahead. The kids are in a weird state, the adults are in a weird state, and I live in a weird state, literally and figuratively. Again, I'm blessed to have it easier than most because I worked from home previously. Yes, it did hurt my business. Yes, I've been dealing with the government and all that kind of stuff with loans and trying to stay afloat and all that. And hey, I'm not going to bore you with that. But I'll tell you what, it's a tough time for all of us. It's not a fun time for anybody. And I feel bad for everybody. Even the people who are all calling this a hoax and a political thing now. I've seen too many folks get it, and I've heard too many stories. I've had friends who've passed away. Man, we're living through something very scary, very unsettling. Boy, that word keeps coming up. I guess it's the nicest way I can say it. Back next week, another Road Warrior. I'll be on the road, good Lord willing. kevinmason.us. If you're there right now watching, you already know that. If you're watching on Facebook, you can go there too, or YouTube, or again, wherever you're watching this week, bookmark, come on back. I know I've got a lot of folks who watch each and every week, so it's not really like I'm hitting. For those who are new, who've made it this long, through the rambling this long, I invite you to come on back, and again, don't care where you watch. YouTube's easier for you, watch it there. Facebook, on the website, again, kevinmason.us. Type in any search, whether it's Google, whether it's Bing, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, whatever, just Kevin Mason and Road Warrior, and it'll get you all hooked up. See you next week. Thanks.